R1 is the power rule. And within this, I'm going to give you the constant rule as well. The power rule is the most straightforward. Basically, all you're going to do, if you have x to the n, that's what you're trying to take the derivative of, you will multiply your exponent, your n, out in front, and then you will subtract the exponent by 1. So that's as basic as it gets. We'll treat each term individually and then work our way through. Some of this will involve us rewriting, which is why I have some of these rewritten, this square root and then this negative. We did those in background information, so we're going to have to rewrite those when we get there. The derivative of a constant, like this -2, is just always 0. So that's what the constant rule is. All right, so if I'm taking the derivative of f of x, f prime of x, in this case would be, I would take my exponent, multiply it by 3, so 3 times 2 is 6, and then 2 minus 1 is 1, so 6x. This x has a 1 on it. 4 times 1 is 4, and 1 minus 1 is 0. X to the 0 power, or anything to the 0 power, is just 1, so it just is 6x plus 4. And then, like I said earlier with the constant rule, the derivative of -2 is just 0. So my entire derivative here, f prime of x, is equal to 6x plus 4. If you think you want to take a stab at these next two, that's great. If not, we'll need to, I guess you can just follow along as I go through. This one uses f prime of x, or I guess I just need to define my f of x first. So f of x, I'm going to rewrite, is equal to x plus 3 to the 1/2 power. Now, this one actually uses the chain rule, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But the chain rule ends up giving us having us multiply by 1, so we can kind of skip over it for now. But I wanted to show you this square root example so you had an opportunity to look at that. So this is equal to f prime of x now that I've rewritten. I would take my exponent, 1/2, multiply that out in front, x plus 3. And then that would be to the 1/2 minus 1 is -1/2. So if we have a value like this, we would just multiply out in front and subtract 1, and that would be the answer. I could rewrite this as 1 divided by 2 times the square root of x plus 3. Would be another way of writing that same derivative, but either one of those, that's how you find that one. This third one, f prime of x, I'm going to multiply my 7 out in front. 7x to the 7 minus 1 is 6. And then this guy, I should have probably rewritten this earlier, but just because I already started, this would be x to the -3. So I would multiply a -3 by a 2, which would be a -6. -3 minus 1 is -4, so x to the -4. I could rewrite this derivative as 7x to the 6th minus 6 divided by x to the 4th. Sometimes it'll be easier to leave it in this form. Sometimes it'll be easier to leave it in this form, but that's just me rewriting. Both of those are valid derivatives. Same thing with this guy over here. So that's the power rule. Pretty straightforward. Those are the trickiest ones that you could see. But at the end of the day, multiply your exponent out in front, and then subtract 1 from it, and go from there.